So today is November 25th, 2013. Silver's about $20 an ounce or so. And I had a really good video sent to me called How to Spot Con Men Before They Spot You. Now, they did mention the word gold coins in this video, not because they're saying gold itself is, quote, a scam, but because a lot of times there are people online who sell things like gold or silver for like 300 times the market price, or it will have 1/3 the silver content is an ounce or something. That kind of scam. Not because they're selling something because it's a fraud in the way that they're not giving you what they're telling you they're giving you. So this kind of goes in, whenever you have like a financial investment, it kind of starts blurring the lines between scam and fraud. I mean, someone who buys a stock and then the stock is worth half the price, shortly afterwards, and then 1/10 the price. I mean, that certainly feels like a scam or the fraud of the person who bought the stock. In the stock market, these things happen all the time. Stuff goes way up, it goes way down. Precious metals, we have a similar price action. Some people might have gotten into silver at 5. Some people might have gotten in at 50. But the vast majority of people got in silver sometime between 5 and 50. And where the price is tomorrow, I don't know. But what I want to talk about is this video talks about how to spot a con man before they spot you. And what's very eerie and troublesome and disturbing is a lot of what this person tells you about con men we see in the precious metals community, and with a lot of these pundits in the alternative media are using a lot of the same exact techniques this person is saying. If you hear this kind of pitch, that's the mark of a con man. And that's what we've been seeing for years in a lot of people who promote something. In fact, some people who promote Bitcoin sound that way. In all fairness, there are people who promote real estate who sound that way also. So the line between scam and investment seems to get very, very blurry, especially when you have things like, what's been the biggest explosion in price we've been following? Bitcoin. I mean, I remember it was like less than $1, and then it was 50, less than $1, then it was like 800-900. It's like, that was the biggest return I've seen anywhere, and most of us are bystanders. But perhaps, at this price point, I'm sure people are saying, I wish I got in that. I wish I got in that. But I tell you, if that thing goes back down to whatever, you're going to have people screaming, scam, whatever. So it's really, what is a scam? It's the price point in the market. It's really weird. Is you can't call it a scam now, but when can you call it a scam, if ever? I don't know. I do know is a lot of people who there's the fear thing going on with silver, and they bought it at 50 and it's now 20. They might feel like they've been scammed. I mean, it's still a real asset and so forth. Maybe it's the nature of the sales pitch, if they're being honest or dishonest. And that's what been bothering me for several years, is when people use false sale pitches to sell something. When there's a legitimate use and reason for something like silver, silver has definite real uses, definite store of value, but then all of a sudden they start using myths and lies to sell something. It starts blurring the lines of things. Okay, so getting back to the video. He says that victims don't ask a lot of questions. They answer a lot of questions. For example, some investment, instead of the victims asking questions, they answer questions for something, right? Like I'll see on YouTube is I don't see people asking questions. I see them answering questions, and then things like, "Oh, you naive person, I'm giving you the answer because I'm an expert." I see that kind of like I'm the expert kind of thing in these comments instead of asking questions. Also, he was saying that victims don't look for why an offer is a scam; they look for why it's legit. So if you hear something that sounds kind of too good to be true, the thought process be okay. First of all, before we invest, let's first of all investigate, is this a scam? For those who are victims, they say, here's something that we're not sure about. Let's see why it's legit first, and not look at why it's a scam, right? Not that it's a scam. And the guy also said that the people who are victims are buyers of these things. They're not readers, right? Like for example, he was the guy in this video was talking to a con man. And the con man was saying that he gives his full name and says, look me up, knowing that 98% of his victims will not do that. Right? He'll say, I'm registered with so-and-so. Look me up. Here's my full name and address. 98% of the people listening to him will not even look him up. I saw that with Google. Like a lot of people that we follow, not all of them, but it seems like the art of looking someone up gets lost when people are looking for big gains. Like they don't want to hear the bad news. He says something else disturbing. He says that over half of the scams are done by someone who has a familiar relationship. For example, a relative or a friend. Or if you don't have a familiar relationship, the person trying to sell you something tries to get that relationship. The guy in this video was talking about how this personal financial advisor lost some guy all of his money, and they're like had a relationship for 25 years. It's pretty scary. And so here's my final thing. Okay. So when in the video he's talking about 12% rate of return, that's too good to be true. So this kind of reminds me of that something about Mary, 7-minute abs. Some guy goes, he picks up a hitchhiker. The guy goes, my thing to get rich is I'm gonna do 7-minute abs. Instead of doing like 12-minute abs, it's 7 minutes. Maybe now, 12% rate of return is too much. Maybe the new scammers will say, I'll give you a 7% rate of return. They'll just reduce the rate of return to make it sound less scammy. I don't know. I'm starting to ramble. The thing is yeah, a lot of people who watch me like me and are concerned about me, even though I haven't met them. And it's kind of an interesting phenomenon because I'm out here, pseudo-anonymous, or even if you kind of know who I am, most people haven't met me, and I'm out here dispensing opinion. And there are people who watch me who dispense opinion. And we have this like kind of like virtual relationship. It's very interesting. But yeah, I mean, this video, this channel, and the people who watch me, you've really transformed my lives, and I've become a lot less naive. I was so much more idealistic. I was looking for some kind of way of the world. I could find the formula to life. I could find the formula. There was a formula out there that I could discover, but there's really no formula, is there? I mean, things are complicated. I don't know. But thanks for watching.